anoa'i superstar Roman Reigns reveals health concerns ahead of Crown Jewel event. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer, have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you. Roman Reigns is gearing up for a high-stakes clash against Bronson Reed at the WWE Crown Jewel event in Perth, Australia. This anticipated face-off comes after a previous encounter where Reed defeated Reigns at the WWE Clash in Paris. Despite being briefly sidelined, the tribal chief has returned with determination, as shown by his recent confrontation with Reed and his tag team partner, Braun Breaker. The upcoming Australian street fight between Reigns and Reed promises to be one of the highlight matches at Crown Jewel. Known for featuring exciting champion versus champion battles, this year's event continues the intense rivalry between Reigns and Reed. Yet Reigns enters the showdown while managing a demanding schedule. Reigns has been balancing his WWE commitments with filming for the upcoming movie Street Fight, which stars fellow wrestler Cody Rhodes. The constant demands of WWE's rigorous schedule, combined with lengthy filming days, have taken a toll on the multi-time WWE champion. In a recent interview with The Pat McAfee Show, Reigns openly discussed his health concerns as he prepares for the journey to Australia. "I feel exhausted. My body doesn't feel great," Reigns admitted, citing issues with frequent jet lag. Despite these challenges, he remains committed to performing at the highest level. "I'm a live performer. I can go at any given moment. I'm always going to give it 100%, he stated confidently. Reigns is no stranger to long-distance travel, having recently been in Sydney, New South Wales, for the Street Fighter project. He noted flying commercial but expressed a preference for more comfortable travel arrangements, such as a G650 jet, to make the journey to Crown Jewel easier. With the stage set, Reigns versus Reed is expected to be an unforgettable contest at Crown Jewel. Despite physical challenges, Reigns is determined to deliver a performance that will thrill fans worldwide. Steve McManaman has praised Lamine Yamal as a potential football sensation, saying he could become the greatest player we've ever seen on a football pitch. However, he cautioned that the young Barcelona star must manage his playing time to prevent fatigue. At just 17 years and 291 days, Yamal made history by becoming the youngest player to reach 100 competitive appearances for Barcelona in April 2023. He debuted with the senior team only 2 years earlier. In anticipation of the upcoming El Clasico match, McManaman expressed his excitement over Yamal's talent while stressing the need for careful management of his workload. He stated that while Yamal is currently 18, his accomplishments on the pitch are remarkable. McManaman also pointed out the common challenges faced by young stars, referencing players like Ansu Fati, Gavi, and Pedri, who have dealt with injuries affecting their progress and playing time. He emphasized the importance of balancing Yamal's participation in both club and national team events to prevent long-term setbacks. "Take good care of him because he's incredibly special," McManaman remarked. As El Clasico approaches, the race for the La Liga title intensifies. Barcelona trails Real Madrid by only 2 points after 9 games, but can overtake them with a victory. McManaman noted that Real Madrid has shown strong performances this season, with several key players contributing to their unbeaten run. Alongside Yamal, other stars are also in focus, including Jude Bellingham, who returned from injury to score in a recent UEFA Champions League match, and Marcus Rashford, who has rediscovered his form since joining Barcelona on loan. As anticipation builds for El Clasico, McManaman's analysis highlights both the promise and the potential challenges of nurturing football's next generation. Roman Reigns and CM Punk will reportedly still be involved in the Survivor Series War Games match next month, despite WWE being forced to adjust its original plans. Seth Rollins has vacated the World Heavyweight Championship after undergoing major shoulder surgery, which disrupted the idea of a possible Team Reigns or Team Punk versus Team Rollins War Games match. Rollins was written off television through a storyline betrayal angle, with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed turning on their leader. This means he is no longer set to compete at Survivor Series War Games in San Diego, California, on November 29th. Reigns and Punk will still compete, and are expected to team together on one side of the War Games match against The Vision, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This likely means Breakker and Reed will also be involved, with both teams expected to recruit additional members from the world title scene on Raw. The likes of Jey Uso and LA Knight, who have recently been aligned with Reigns and Punk, make sense as part of the team on the heroic side. Jimmy Uso could also be involved, although current storylines suggest potential conflict between the brothers after last week's Raw. Jey is scheduled to face Punk for the vacant World Heavyweight title at Saturday night's main event on November 1st, ahead of Survivor Series, which could introduce a major storyline twist. On the opposing team, some reports suggest that there is interest in adding Austin Theory to the Vision despite Rollins' injury. Rollins was a key figure in Theory's earlier career, having mentored him during the COVID-19 era. Another possible name is Brock Lesnar, who reunited with Paul Heyman at WrestlePalooza and has not appeared since his victory over John Cena. If Reigns and Punk do unite at Survivor Series, they will need to overcome their differences to challenge the Vision. One of their main sources of tension has been Paul Heyman, who previously sided with Rollins at WrestleMania earlier this year. Reports had indicated that WWE was considering a Reigns vs. Rollins match for WrestleMania 42, likely for the World Heavyweight Championship. However, Rollins' recovery timeline remains uncertain, which could prevent that match from taking place. As a result, WWE may shift focus toward a potential Punk vs. Reigns match for the title, a fresh rivalry that fans have long anticipated. The two showed hints of tension at last year's Survivor Series, suggesting that their long-awaited showdown could finally happen on the grandest stage of them all. A few weeks ago on Raw, a surprising turn of events saw Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed attack Seth Rollins, taking over the faction. The show ended with Paul Heyman raising the hands of both young stars as he aligned himself with them. However, WWE Hall of Famer Kevin Nash isn't convinced that Heyman is truly loyal to the Vision. On his Click. This podcast, Nash said he believes it's possible Heyman could eventually turn on Breakker and Reed to reunite with his former client, Brock Lesnar. Heyman has long been known for changing alliances when it benefits him. Earlier this year, he was first seen in Roman Reigns' corner, later appeared with CM Punk at WrestleMania 41, and eventually joined Seth Rollins on night one of the event. Heyman has also represented Brock Lesnar for many years and recently introduced him at WrestlePalooza before his match against John Cena. This week on Raw, Heyman came out with Breakker and Reed to address his betrayal of Rollins. He explained that his decision was about the future, emphasizing that Breakker and Reed represent the next generation of champions. Heyman stated that winners write history, and predicted both men would headline WrestleMania one day. The Royal Rumble has always been the setting for some of WWE's most memorable comebacks. Stars like John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Edge have all returned from injuries to make surprise victories. Seth Rollins could follow that same path. If reports are accurate about his possible return before WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble would be the perfect stage. A win in the 30-man match would not only mark his comeback, but also pave the way for a revenge storyline against the Vision. It would give Rollins a direct route to the main event and a chance to reclaim his spot at the top. On Raw, Becky Lynch hinted during a heated exchange with Heyman that Rollins would not let the Vision's actions go unanswered. However, Rollins knows he can't confront the group alone, setting up the possibility of a powerful reunion. There's speculation that Rollins could reconnect with Roman Reigns, reviving the spirit of their legendary Shield days. Such a reunion would shift the balance of power and create a moment fans would remember for years. With allies by his side, Rollins could take down the Vision and re-establish himself as a top star. With months remaining before WrestleMania, the Vision has time to establish itself as WWE's most dominant faction. Braun Breaker could even win the world title, solidifying their status. This would make WrestleMania season the perfect time for Rollins' dramatic return, setting up a marquee showdown on the grandest stage. A heroic comeback against a dominant group would refresh his character and give fans a thrilling storyline to follow heading into WrestleMania.